Bleacher Report, y'all done pissed me off, and y'all done pissed me off for the last damn time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, earlier this week, Bleacher Report released the top 100 NBA all-time list, and I had some concerns with these numbers, and I was looking at like some of the stuff they were saying, like as far as like how they got the criteria. They was talking about like championships, longevity, cultural effect and all this type of stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, who are y'all to be making up all these damn lists and put this bullshit list together with all these names all out of the place? Like everybody's out of sync, man. So I decided what I'm gonna do is put my criteria in there. I'm gonna tell y'all what the criteria is and how I came up with my list. Now I'm gonna redo this list and put it how it's supposed to be. So before I get into my list, I want to give y'all the rundown of the top 20 list from Bleacher Report. At number 20, these are all in order going from 20 to 1. Dr. J, David Robertson, Dirk Nowitzki, Nikola Jokic, KG, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, KD, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kobe Bryant at number 11. Number 10, Steph Curry. Number 9, Wilt Chamberlain. Larry Bird at 8. Duncan at 7. Shaq at 6. Russell at 5. Magic at 4. Kareem at 3. LeBron at 2. And the number 1 is Michael Jordan. Those are the top 20 from Bleacher Report. Now, I did my own remake, and we're going to tap into the NBA all time with Mechee's criteria. So, what my criteria has is we're going to say, because this is what really matters, championships. Championships will always matter. I don't care how many, and this what comes out. This is a part of the reason why I hate LeBron fans. I don't hate LeBron. I hate his fans the most. They made it seem that when you play basketball at any level, that the main goal shouldn't be championships. It should be all these other accolades, which is bullshit. It's always gonna come down to championships. At the end of the day, if you say you're the greatest basketball player ever, how can you say you're the greatest if you never won a championship? You never had what it takes to get to the top of the mountaintop. How can you say that you're the greatest and the greatest if you don't have the most championships? If you're not even in that area where we got more championships than you got more losses in the championship, that be the biggest thing that blows me. So again, you got to have championships. You also got to have MVPs. You got to your scoring average got to be solid. I'm guessing like maybe most likely it should be 20 plus if you're considered a great. Rebounds, assists should be somewhat okay. Team strength. What I mean by that is, who was on your team? Was your team loaded with all stars and made your job easier, or did you have to get out the mud? Did you have a lot of bums on your team that you had to drag along with you? That's where I do credit LeBron because he's had a couple of teams where you look at the team, it's like El Gauskas, like he made these dudes um, all stars for being in the East. Elgauskas, Boobie Johnson, and shit like that. But if you sit on a team with all superstars, your job is going to be 10 times easier. Um, was he the leader of the team at all? That's what also is one of my criteria. And the last thing is the mentality. Is he a dog or is he a fraud? What I mean by that is he a sap. Like he go out there and get buckets, get in people's face if they talking crazy, don't back down from a challenge? Or is he a fraud? Does he just hide behind people? He let people bully him on the court and stuff like that. We got a couple of them on this list. But I want to start with my list. And before I do, I want to say, um, and this is my personal list. This is the exact order I got them in. And can't nobody that get on here tell me that my order is not right. Now, like I said, we all got opinions. Instead of trying to get in my comments and argue with me, because I'm not on YouTube to argue with people. I'm here to give my personal opinions. You should do the same thing. If you don't like my list or feel like it's out of whack or something, in the comments, put your top 10 in order. Just put your top 10. We'll talk about it. And it's respect. Don't get on my page telling me, oh man, you just saying it because you're a Kobe fan, or oh, you just don't like this person. I don't want to hear none of that shit. First of all, it's too late. Like I said, I don't get on YouTube for that, man. I'm just trying to be peaceful. I just want to give my opinion. So, with that being said, number 10, and that was one I agreed on from the Bleacher Report, is Steph Curry. He has 4 rings, 2 MVPs. He's a two-time uh, champ, scoring champ. Is that what that was? I think scoring champ. He averaged 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Um, if I can describe him in one phrase, it would be greatest shooter of all time. He has to be on the list. If he's the greatest shooter of all time, the greatest deep threat of all time, I gotta have him on my list, man. With all these years that it went by, he got 4 rings. Was he the leader of his team at points? Yes, he was the leader on a couple of teams. Um, 2 of those rings, he was the leader. The other time, when KD came along, KD took over the team, and he was the number one. So he was playing Robin to KD's Batman, which is okay. So yeah, I'm gonna rock with that. Curry at number 10. Number 9, Shaquille O'Neal, 4 rings, 1 MVP, 2 scoring champs, 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. Um, Greatest big man, dominant big man of all time, Shaquille O'Neal. When he get in the paint, he's blocking everything. Nobody's getting on him. You rarely see Shaq get dunked on back in the days. Pure dominance. Anybody that had to guard him, it was a problem. He just turned around, elbow to your head. You might catch a concussion, but he's dunking on your ass every single time, dominating. He was the leader of a team with those the repeat with the Lakers. He was the number one at the time. I would say for the first two. As much as people try to say that he carried Kobe, I don't see it that way because some of their numbers as far as scoring, were identical. So it's hard to say you carrying somebody if he's putting up the same numbers as you. But anyways, when he went to Miami, he became the Robin because Wade he told Wade, like, look, this your team. I'm just coming here to help you get a ring and for both of us to get a ring. And he made that happen. So I got Shaq at number 9. Number 8, Tim Duncan, 5 rings, 2 MVPs, 3 final MVPs. His career numbers: 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. Duncan was the leader of his team, I want to say, for all 5 years. Duncan was the man. He led that team. He had David Robinson, so he could be 1A, 1B. But then he had a team with Leonard. Then he had Ginobili, Tony Parker. He had a squad. But Tim Duncan got to be in there. Um, the most fundamental basketball player, basketball 101. He's not a flashy dude. He's not doing power dunks. He's not dunking all over people. He do got highlights and stuff like that, but he's just fundamental. All the basic stuff you should want in a basketball player, especially as a big, you will get from Tim Duncan, possibly the greatest power forward of all time. I think Dirk and KG are up there with him, but he has more championships, so you got to get a credit to him. Number 6, Bill Russell, 11 rings, 5 MVPs, 15 points, 22 rebounds, and 4 assists. Now, this was a little bit before my time, but the main reason I put him on there was because you can't be denied. He played 13 seasons. He had 11 finals, 11 championships. So 11 out of 13 is quite crazy. I had to keep him on the list because I heard about it. The battles between Wilt Chamberlain, he always got the best of him. I know they said Boston team was loaded back then. They didn't have 29 teams, but like I said, I had to keep him on here just to pay my respect because I said he was a legend. They said he was one of the best defensive players of all time. Like I said, he was one of those dudes that was shutting down Wilt Chamberlain. So Bill Russell is my number 7. Number 6 is Larry Bird. 3 rings, 3 MVPs, 2 final MVPs. His final career numbers: 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. one of the best small forwards of all time, top five shooter of all time. I had that was what I would label him. It's hard for me to leave him off because just to see, he's one. When I think of 3-pointers before Curry, Ray Allen, all them, Larry Bird was that dude. He hitting long range shots. Just to see a white guy dominate the way that he was, dominating these black dudes back then. Like I said, it's kind of around like come up at that time. You seeing a lot of people like they didn't know that Larry Bird was white until they actually went to the game because they heard about him and he sounded like he was a brother just balling. And whole time it's Larry Bird looking like goddamn Tweety Bird grandma with the little haircut that she had and shit. But I gotta keep Larry Bird on there, man. He's my number six. Number five, we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6 rings, 6 MVPs, 2 Finals MVPs, career numbers 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Got to keep Kareem on there. One of the greatest big men of all time. Adding one of the greatest shots of all time, the sky hook with him being 7 foot tall, being able to shoot a sky hook shot and making it pretty much unblockable at times. He's just one of the greatest ever. It's kind of hard to deny somebody that has 6 rings and 6 MVPs. So I'm gonna go with Kareem for number five. Number four is one of my favorite players of all time, Magic Johnson, 5 rings, 3 MVPs, 3 Final MVPs. Numbers 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 11 assists. One of the flashiest big guards of all time is Magic Johnson. I had to keep him on the list. A lot of these dudes are Lakers, but everybody knows like that's where most of the Hall of Famers go is to be a Laker. That's how you become a star. Um, it's kind of hard to deny. Like he went against some of the greatest. It was like it wasn't no bum assistant principals or substitute teachers that he was playing for the most part. When he was playing some of the best teams out there. So for him to come away with 5 rings, to win Rookie of the Year and to win the finals in the same year is hands down one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Now, let's get into my final three. Final three, LeBron James, 4 rings, 4 MVPs, 4 Final MVPs, 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Why is he number three? Um, Anything I can say, longevity. My only thing, only knock against LeBron has always been is that he didn't stay in Cleveland and win a championship because now he's saying that it never was about championships and shouldn't be about championships. He was with Cleveland. He didn't win for 7 seasons or something like that. Went to Miami, won 2 championships. Um, Went back to Cleveland, won the championship, which was impressive. But this time he was able to recruit people to come winning. Great, great plan, but still to me it's corny that you had to do all that. And came to LA, won a ring, and now he's 40 years old in his 22nd season or 23rd season. Um, I got him as number three because like I said his longevity with him. He during has every record. The only flip side of that is why I don't have him at 2 or 1 is because yes he has longevity, but he has four. He's been to the finals 10 times. He only won 4 of those finals. Like I said, if you want to be the greatest, you gotta have you gotta be great on the main stage. We've seen him shrink on the main stage a couple of times, and it's a reason why he's 4 and 6. No, not, but to me, for my list, LeBron James is number three. Number two was the biggest swap, and I'm gonna tell you why I put Kobe here and who I took out. I put Kobe in because he's one of my all-time favorite. And just from his numbers, what he did, what people say he couldn't do, he did it all. And the person I took out of my top 10, y'all should know who number one is by now, but Wilt Chamberlain. I removed Wilt Chamberlain out of my number out of my top 10. And not saying that he's not a top uh, 10 player, that's your opinion, but I've never seen Wilt play. I heard about him. I've seen highlights, but one thing I mainly noticed was look, he was to me, if I can describe Wilt, was biggest athlete of all time, biggest athletic athlete. He was the biggest dude back then. With him being 7 foot two or something like that, he was playing majority of them dudes 5 foot 5, 5'10", so it's easy to dominate them. But more importantly, he played like 12 or 13 seasons. He only won 2 rings out of that. So for you to be that dominant and that big, I would think that you have a couple more rings. He was averaging a couple seasons. They said he averaged like 50 points and 22 rebounds or something like that. But yeah, out of 14 seasons, he only came up with 2. So fast forward to my number 2 pick that was left off this list, and I did a swap from 2 and 11 was Wilt Chamberlain for Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, 5 rings, 1 MVP, 2 Finals MVPs, 2 scoring champs, 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Um, Second greatest shooting guard of all time. Personally, my favorite player of all time. The key things that stand out to me is that when he played with Kobe, when Kobe played with Shaq, everybody always said that he was the Robin of the team. But when you look at the numbers, um, yes, Shaq had more rebounds. He's a center. He should. But then when you look at the assist and stuff, Kobe had him on the assist. With the points, they were down there neck and neck. It was 28 and 30 or 29 and 30, something like that. So people just got to stop with this narrative that Kobe was averaging like 5 points and Shaq was carrying the team with 35 or something like that. That was never the case. So rest in peace to the greatest, my favorite player of all time. But you are number 2 on my list. A lot of people said that he's a clone of Jordan. So if he's a clone of Jordan, how the fuck can you try to leave him off the list? It makes no sense to me. So, and then I feel like with Kobe dying, he's not here to defend himself. So, of course, y'all gonna talk shit and say, "Oh, he number 11. He's not a top 10 player." Nobody trying to hear that shit. For my list, Kobe Bryant is number 2. If you agree, I don't give a damn. Keep him at 11, but on my list, he's number 2. Number 1 player of all time, Michael Jordan, 6 MVPs, 6 Finals MVPs. Wait, 6 rings, 6 rings, 6 MVPs, 10 scoring titles. Averaging 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Greatest player of all time. I said when you get to the mountaintop and you get to the what you all play for, put all the marbles on the table, lead the team, you can only get one thing, and that's the main trophy. Jordan was able to get there 6 times. Each time he got there, he was 100%. And each time he got there, he was a Finals MVP, meaning he was the greatest in the finals, having 10 scoring titles out of 18 seasons, even though a couple of seasons was a wash. Um, it's nothing else to explain, man. Y'all know the order. Um, he's the greatest of all time. I know some people like to battle and say that LeBron's better, but how do you put somebody up there that's 4 and 6 over somebody 6 and 0? It's the reason why y'all doing it is because of longevity. Y'all seen LeBron James play since 18. LeBron went from high school. Michael Jordan did 4 years in college and then went to the league. He broke his ankle one league. He took a year off. It's so much stuff that happened, and he still was able to average 30 points. Nobody else was doing it. Maybe was as far as that was Wilt Chamberlain, and at the time he was one of the biggest men of walking this earth. So again, this is my final all time list going forward. This is my order: Curry, Shaq, Duncan, Russell, Bird, Kareem, Magic, LeBron, Kobe, and Michael Jordan. That's my order. In the comments, make sure, excuse me, y'all give me y'all top 10 of all time players. If you would swap somebody out, who would it be? Who doesn't belong in the top 10 from the list that you see of mine? That's all I got for y'all for NBA news. Y'all tap in with the Meet from the Midwest podcast, Midwest Sports Analyst. Like, share, subscribe to the Meet from the Midwest podcast on Facebook, YouTube,